Tonight, Troy looks for a new queen.
Plus, students discuss racism. Stay tuned. Troy TrojanVision News starts now.
From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network and Troy campuses around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision News for October 28th, 2014. I'm Casey Freeman.
And I'm Courtney Addison. Thank you for joining us this evening. Racism is something many people feel like they still face today in 2014, and last night the African American Alliance held a meeting to show a movie portraying racism in a college town. Xavier Harris has more.
Monday evening, the African American Alliance gave Troy University students a chance to come out and watch Higher Learning, which is a movie in which racism plays a major role in college students.
We are the African American Alliance, which is AAA. We are out here on Troy University campus, and we're about to show the film Higher Learning. It's a classic film from 1995. The point of our organization is to unify different organizations throughout the campus of Troy University.
Members of the organization give their feedback about watching and discussing the movie and what it means to them.
To basically show the misunderstanding students face through prejudice, misunderstanding, and misconcept through a fictional Columbia University. We all face racism throughout our lives, throughout college, and this film just depicts on how the different students was able to adjust to those different circumstances.
We chose this movie because our organization is predominantly black, and we wanted our members to take an outlook on the things that happened in the past and see how we can process and make things better and unify as one, because that's where our organization is about, coming together.
The African American Alliance, also known as AAA, hopes that students not only come out to watch the movie, but actually use some of the information in the movie in today's society.
I hope students take away from this movie not just about race or sexual orientation, just be open-minded to different things.
Xavier Harris, Troy TrojanVision News.
The African American Alliance will have a balloon release to raise awareness for breast cancer. The event will take place this Friday at 1:30 on the quad.
It's that time of year again where a new woman is chosen to represent Troy University. Angel Norris gives us a look.
15 women will compete this weekend to be the next Miss Troy University. Sarah Jo Burks explains why this is so important to Troy.
The purpose of the Miss Troy University pageant as we know it today is a preliminary to the Miss Alabama pageant, which is a Miss America preliminary. So the young lady that wins Miss Troy University will compete at Miss Alabama in June.
The contestants will have to go through different phases of competition, including swimwear, formal wear, and even interview.
The interview is a private interview with a panel of judges, and that's the first phase of competition that they'll compete in.
After these, the judges will then narrow down their choices.
Have a top 5 ballot after they've competed in all phases of the competition. Top 5 ballot will be chosen. The judges will be given the top 5, and at that point, the scores go away and the judges pick from those top 5 who they feel should be the winner.
Miss Burks talks about how excited she is for Saturday to get here.
Every year they outdo the year before, so yes, we're always excited to see who the Miss Troy University will be, and then to have that opportunity to work with the young lady. And I believe that there's just something about representing your school that is appealing to young ladies. They always say, whether or not I win Miss Alabama is secondary, but I really want to be Miss Troy University.
Angel Norris, Troy TrojanVision News.
Miss Troy will be held on Saturday in Claudia Crosby at 3 p.m. Troy University is home to many different students who come to college looking to find their home away from home.
That's exactly right, Casey, and Troy offers many different organizations to fit each student's need. Today, Rachel Wallace tells us about an organization within the Greek community.
Troy University's Gamma organization is an all-Greek organization dedicated to promoting the risk and responsibilities of alcohol use throughout Troy's campus. Gamma strives to educate students on ways to practice safe drinking habits.
Greeks advocating mature management of alcohol. We're under the umbrella of the Bacchus Association, and basically what Gamma does is we're Greeks, everyone's in a Greek organization, and we spread the awareness of how to manage alcohol. We're not anti-alcohol, we just want our peers to be informed on how to properly use alcohol, the proper settings of using alcohol, and most importantly, how to be safe in doing that.
Gamma is active on campus throughout the school year, hosting several events to demonstrate creative ways for students to have fun without the use of alcohol, and to also promote the dangers of alcohol when not used responsibly. University Gamma members will be on campus next week promoting their biggest event of the semester. Christy Sherman has more.
Gamma is hosting National Alcohol Awareness Week, and that's where we do outreach throughout the university for all of our peers to see that you can have so much fun, but be aware about the risks of using alcohol to have fun. On Tuesday, we're going to be on the quad, and we're going to be passing out fish all week, Swedish fish all week long, and we're going to be telling everyone you can have fun, but don't drink like a fish.
Gamma has over 30 members, and many of these members believe it is important for the organization to be an active entity on Troy's campus.
Gamma is important, especially at Troy University, just because I feel like a lot of students just don't realize what they're doing when they drink alcohol, and I think it'd be good for our organization to get out there and really express what we think and what we feel like people should be doing with alcohol on weekends and how students react to that.
If you would like to participate in Gamma's National Alcohol Awareness Week, look for Gamma members on campus starting October 20th. Rachel Wallace, Troy TrojanVision News.
And tune in again tomorrow night for another look at our organization Spotlight series.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. A Tuscaloosa County man is going to jail for life for the killing of a man who was beaten to death with a fence post. A judge sentenced 31-year-old Christopher Patton yesterday in the slaying of 79-year-old Kenneth McDaniel.
And out of Montgomery, prosecutors in the perjury trial of Republican Representative Barry Moore played tape recordings of Moore and his primary opponent discussing if state funds would be in jeopardy if he ran against Moore. On one tape today, former primary candidate Josh Pipkin asked Moore if the Enterprise area would lose state money for a jobs project if he stayed in the race.
The Dothan Police Department's 47-year-old training supervisor is dead after suffering an apparent heart attack while jogging. Authorities say Sergeant Jeffrey Garrett collapsed Monday and was later pronounced dead during a training running with fellow officers.
And still to come on Troy TrojanVision News, the soccer team found a way to win on the road against Arkansas State. Clay Yeager will have more when he joins us with sports.
The Republican Party is looking at taking control of the Senate, but the Democrats have other plans. We'll have the details on the battle of the Senate when we return.
Control of the U.S. Senate could come down to one tight political race in Kansas. I'm Marley Hall in Overland Park with the details coming up.
Than we look type. The braver than you think type. The type that knows the time will come when we put type 1 behind us. We're the progress is inevitable type. The hopeful for a cure type. The type that will stop at nothing until type 1 becomes type none.
The warrior spirit. It's in there. Always has been. Now let it out and take the world by fire. Train well and learn what it means to be a Troy Trojan. Walk with confidence, conquer, claim territory, and climb ladders. Know that you have the power to stand alone, but the comfort of knowing that you'll never have to. Discover your inner warrior. Find it at troy.edu/spirit.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
The football team continues to struggle as they fall to South Alabama 27-13 last Friday. Troy had an impressive 309 total yards of offense, while South Alabama's offense was too much for the Trojans' defense, coming up with 402 total yards of offense for the Jaguars. The Trojans struggled through the air with both Brandon Silvers and Dontrell Pruitt throwing for a combined 106 total yards of passing, while the running game had some success, having only 164 yards rushing. Although the team is struggling on both sides of the ball, head coach Larry Blakeney says his team is struggling due to some key injuries. We're
not good. You know, we got some key people that are hurt. Key people that some definitely won't play and some might not play. We got some guys. We got some guys that are valuable to us on both sides of the ball and not play.
The football team will look to get past their injuries and fight for a win when they take on Georgia Southern in Statesboro, Georgia. The Troy soccer team showed that they could win on the road as they took down Arkansas State on Sunday with the score of 3-0. Alyssa Jones scored in 56th minute as well as in the 61st minute, breaking Troy's single-season record for most points, assists, and most shots. However, Chelsea Williams also scored in the 69th minute for her 25th career goal and 8th of the year. Williams currently holds the team's record for career goals, which she set last Friday. Head coach Jason Hamilton says that Williams is just getting started and will be a key player in the conference championships.
You know, she had a fairly slow start to the season, but, you know, she's had a game in the last two conference, games, so a goal in the last two conference games. So, you know, she's peaking at the right time. You don't want to peak too early. So she's getting a hot foot at the right time, and hopefully she can continue to help us in the conference tournament.
Williams and the rest of her team will look for a conference championship in Mobile next week. And the volleyball team continues to struggle as the Trojans fall to Georgia Southern 0-3. The loss will put the Trojans on a 12-game losing streak. However, the Trojans put up a fight with 2 of the 3 sets were decided by 2 points and the third with just 5 points. Simone Shaw led the Trojans with 11 kills and 11.5 points, while Kia Chatham had 7 kills that went along with a team high of .375 attack percentage. Allie Dodal led the defense with a match high of 19 digs, while Danielle Wagner had 30 assists and 6 kills. The Trojans will look to salvage the rest of their season and win against Arkansas State this Friday in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The men's tennis team wrapped up the Big Easy Tennis Classic in New Orleans last Saturday. Giovanni Sama and Pablo Moreno won 3 double matches to win the doubles flight. Samaha also won the 2 singles matches as he won the first singles flight. Also in the first singles flight, Daniel Bustamante won the consolation draw with wins over players from Jacksonville State and UL Lafayette, while Andre Baldo won a consolation draw in the second singles flight as he beat players from Loyola and Jackson State. With Gabriel Diaz out with an injury, head coach Scott Kidd says the players competed well.
This is amazing because it shows that we're going to have so much depth this year. You know, Giovanni transferring in here, I think that him stepping up to bat and really working hard over the last few weeks, coming here and beating some #1 players from other teams that we'll face in the spring. Yeah, I think it's amazing. Gabriel definitely is out with an injury, and then we put brand new doubles combinations together. And Pablo and we were very, very excited about Pablo, how he played in doubles. He pretty much took control of the match, and he showed some leadership in the doubles match.
The tennis team will now prepare for the ITA National Indoor Intercollegiate Championships.